Hi, my name is Dan Bridges. I'm a scientist with PATH at the project MACEPA, looking at malaria elimination. And I want to talk today about a tool that I've been using called Alteryx. It's the tool that I didn't know I needed until I actually started using it. We have a laboratory here in Lusaka, Zambia, where we process thousands of samples related to malaria cases, looking for malaria, looking for the last cases, aiming towards elimination. And we're using this software to really automate the process by which we can look at large numbers of samples, apply logic to them, and come out with summary data, which we can then visualize in Tableau and understand what's really happening with malaria transmission and dynamics. So one of the challenges in a lab which is producing large amounts of data is how do you curate that data, process it, how do you archive it? We were using a system whereby each project we had to build a custom database, and each time that database would vary slightly. There would be a core which was the same, but each time we had to get a programmer in to repurpose the database, and each time we had data we had to enter that data into that database or multiple databases because there's multiple projects going on. Now Alteryx gives us one single interface for all projects. At the moment we've got maybe results from 40,000 samples, and it's able to process that in a matter of seconds. And that means that we get very quick data feedback to our users, and it's something that we can grow on. We don't need to get programmers in. It's something that is growing in complexity as our needs change, but it's something that we can do ourselves in the laboratory. I'm not an IT person, I'm a molecular biochemist, and so this is a tool that has really transformed the way that we are able to access data. So here is the workflow that we currently have for processing all of our lab results. The data is basically taken out of each of these templates. There's a whole load of data logic that's applied to make sure that data records are complete, that it makes sense, that there isn't duplicate data. The magic, as it were, happens over here where we combine all of those data streams and give some outputs so that we have a summary, we have an eventual summary. So instead of having to wade through lots of different experiments, instead we just have single outputs. The key thing is, while this looks complex, it's actually just a series of simple steps that build up to an output that is extremely useful. Alteryx pushes that data back out to the cloud, so it's online, so all users in the laboratory have access to that data at the end of the day. What we really want to do is shift to an online server so that this runs independently of an individual, and it's just an automated update which feeds our Tableau feeds, which processes the data, which passes back the data errors for correction. And I think that's where it's really going to take off. At the moment it's been super useful, but it's required me to oversee that whole process. I'd like to step back and allow Alteryx to really, run that process going forward.